us now are Jim and Kathy Frost from Nashville, Tennessee, and Linda and Elmo James from Stone Mountain, Georgia, two of the couples who responded to our Gift of Life program. And welcome, and nice to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Dr. Silber, who is responsible really for all of this. And what made you decide to respond to a national ad?
Well, this was just what we were looking for. I mean, where else would you find an offer like that?
Yeah.
Right. But that was desperation.
What, how long have you been trying to have a baby?
About 10 years.
10 years. What about you?
About 7.
7. What, because we've been with Dr. Silber and talking so long, what were some of the things that you tried? What are some of the things that you tried, Elmo?
Oh, my.
What did they say to you?
Tried real hard.
Yeah, but what did the doctor make you go through?
First we had the hysterogram.
What's that, doctor?
It's the...
That's an X-ray of the uterus and the fallopian tubes,
Right.
just to see if everything is open.
Yeah, okay.
Then the laparoscopies came.
And the
2
laparoscopy.
laparoscopies. And a lot of ovulation tests and temperature charting every day.
Yeah.
And then the 2 ectopics.
You had 2 ectopics?
Yes.
Now, does that make it harder for her? Because I had ectopic also.
That may be, was it from the same side or from different sides?
Tube, and the second time the right tube removed.
So the other tube, your left tube, never had anything done to it. Okay.
Right.
Well, that may not make it harder. The issue here, Joan, is that I believe that we can get virtually anyone pregnant, and it's a very strong statement with the new technology, but it's really true. But it's easier if there's a fallopian tube.
And she has fallopian
And she has 1 fallopian tube.
Now, what about you, Kathy? What are some of the things that you two went through?
Well, I've had the surgery, the laparoscopy, let's see, many drugs, trying to get rid of the endometriosis, which is what I have, an endometrial biopsy, just...
Have you ever just thought that of quitting, of just saying that's it?
No.
Never.
No.
What about you?
We can't quit now. It's as a matter of fact, our doctor has told us that, well, she needs to do another operation on the other tube. Said, I think it's clogged or it's closing or something, and they need to go in and clear it out.
Clear it out. What has your doctors told you?
Well, I'm fine. You know, my tubes are good. Everything should be able to work as long as we can get rid of the endometriosis or work with ovulation. My doctor says that people with endometriosis ovulate, they're just not sure that they ovulate normally.
So, because we discussed all this, doctor. Let me ask you. When I wanted Melissa, my daughter, and I thought I had a hard time conceiving, that's why one of the reasons we had this on, I remember sitting somewhere and a woman walked in with a baby, and I was so angry because I wanted a baby, so I was so jealous. I wanted a child so much. Do you go through that, or is it just me being shallow?
Oh, yes, I'd like to say that one.
Yeah, do you? Yeah.
She get angry sometime. My sister had a baby last year, and she wouldn't go to the and she wouldn't go to the hospital with me to see her because of the baby.
You get so, What about you?
It's hard. It's hard. You know, I'm glad for the people and happy for them, but still it's hard to, you know, get close to the baby and ooh and ah like you're supposed to.
Yeah, yeah. Are you from a large family?
Yes, I'm one of 5 children. Jim's one of 4. And they all have children.
And they all have children.
We've got the extended family all right there living in Middle Tennessee.
And they keep saying those lies like, well, your uncle and aunt, and they're just as close. We've heard that one before. Yeah. What about you, large families?
Oh, I'm from a very large family. It was 8 children in the family. Well, finally 8.
Yeah.
And on my father's side, it was 9 boys and 5 girls in their family.
That's large.
So I'm from a long line.
There are 3 of us, just 3 of us.
What are your ages? What is your age?
I'm 32.
32?
I'm 29.
29, so that's good ages, right, doctor?
I think that's very good. When they begin to hit age 40 or age 38, then the eggs are harder to fertilize, and in fact they might run out of eggs and you might need to go to donor eggs. But I think they're young enough, we should be able to get very good eggs.
What about pressure from your families? Do you still have it? Do you go, why aren't you 2 having a baby, or have they stopped that already? How long are you married?
We've been married 10 years.
Yeah, so they're still saying that to you?
Well, it's...
Sometimes, not as much anymore because they understand that, you know, there's something wrong with me. But occasionally, sometimes someone will, you know, say something and then ask me about my career. Is it your career? You should put, you know, weight.
Yeah.
It surprises me how many people don't understand that things just don't always... They assume that if you don't have kids, you don't want kids, and then they want to know, well, why don't you want kids?
Yeah.
And they don't understand that it doesn't always work out that way.
Yeah, and I often have to tell every stranger.
Yeah.
You know.
We
I
don't
think
tell
it's-
people.
What do you say when
I
they
think
say,
it's hard.
come on, you know, why aren't you having kids?
We make up excuses like we're not ready, or there are enough kids in the family, or it's not time.
Yeah.
And then behind closed doors, we just kind of cry about it.
I think what's hardest just after we got married. Everyone asked, well, so when does the child come?
Yeah.
So,
Years go by.
How much have you spent about trying to have a baby?
since the beginning, I guess about $20,000.
Fortune.
Probably between 7,000 and 8,000.
7 and 8,000. What about adoption? Have you thought about that?
We were going to adopt a child last year. We had learned about a couple, or a young lady in another part of our state who had become pregnant. She wanted to give the child up for adoption, and we went through several months of sort of trying to, woo her into picking us as the couple that would adopt her child. And she finally did, and didn't make her decision until just, I think, like a week or two before delivery. And we were
They the ones.
we
She
were
wanted
just
us.
Right.
real excited, and got the call on the birth and everything, and made plans to go pick the child up. And then once she got the child and held it, and in the room there, she could not let it go. Well, one day she was going to, the next day she couldn't, and the next
Yeah.
day.
You've been through so much.
It was awful.
Awful. What about you? Adoption yet?
We started it, and the people sent us thousands of questions to answer. And one of the questions was, will adopting a child replace your desire to have your own child? And we stopped right there, because it seemed very unfair for us to bring a child into the family knowing how much we wanted our own.
Well, you're just, just here to talk about it, and we thank you for coming. But they're so nice. Don't you think we should let them be the winners?
Absolutely.
Congratulations. And there's your doctor.
You didn't tell me before because that's exciting.
You can take her home. You can do whatever you want. And you're it. We knew it all the time. So I just hope it works out. But I think you're in the hands of the, look at me, I'm crying. You're in the hands of the best doctor, I think, in America when it comes to this. And he's looked at all the tapes, and he thinks that both of you couples have a terrific shot. Right, doctor?
I think there's no question about it. With new technology, you should be able to get pregnant.
So we're coming back to New York again.
We're coming back to say